I was told some of the most unique, inspiring, and discouraging information at the same time. Basically because I chose to choose true love. I am actually one of the most powerful beings ever, not just on earth. But what I've done is I gave up my ability to stop people who physically can do more, only because, not that they can physically lift more, hold more, carry more, pick more up, but because they mentally won't listen to truth, and they will let their ego make them do things. They will think that they believe in a God that they heard somewhere else, when they themselves are a piece of it, learning how to use it. Now, a lot of people see the world as a virtual reality that they themselves are the main character of. I don't see Dan Alexander as the main character of life. I see being alive as the main characteristic of Dan Alexander. That's what it really is. Being alive is the main characteristic anyone has. Because if you ask somebody what they have experienced or what it is that they know about, they would say, that's all I've ever known. And when I talk about living, I know all I've ever done. And when I say I'm talking about the infinite. Now, other people talk about it on cool YouTube things because they're throwing out like visuals of people meditating and purple-colored deities. And, until they see those things walking in physical flesh, don't tell me about them, because I've walked in the physical flesh of violet deities and 100-story tall beings. Like, that's nothing to me. But being Dan Alexander is even more powerful because I know the truth about all of it. What's funny is all the people in the world have egos, and they're believing other stuff that they hear from other people. Now, there's truths and realities in this realm, and there's truths and realities in other realms. But the realm that we're in right now, I am God, the powerful being, the creator, beyond the words. And everyone else is a piece of God. What is created, what can also create, and what also can tarnish without understanding the truth of what God is, not just using what part of God they have. They're not using their God, they're using their ego. Every single one of them always has. Until they listen, it's just like an idea in a person's head not agreeing with themselves, until a day where Dan Alexander, who believes completely in himself, is in a world of characters that throughout his life he saw believing in and doing all these other things. So now it's hard for Dan to be in an ego spot, to walk through the world and see people that he used to know, or how he sees people on TV before he awoken, and to look at them and think, well, yeah, of course, they're going to understand God. I mean, if they sat down and listened to him talk, they would. But if they don't sit down and listen to him talk, or they just read something short, they'll be like, wow, that's interesting, and then go right back to their ego. And that's what they do.